I believe this is what you have been looking for. I knew what you wanted to do. I knew why you brought me here. I knew when you went to buy the engagement ring. I overheard you talking about it when you were talking to yourself at home. So I stole the ring. It's my duty to engage you, not the other way around. Now, will you marry me?
The time was 7 p.m., and the cool evening breeze seeped in through the restaurant window and plastered Barrister Jane's skin. The weather was cold and the sky was cloudy, as if it was going to rain any moment. She looked out of the restaurant window and saw as the sky gathered dark clouds. Inside the restaurant was busy with people eating and clinging spoons. Come rain, come shine. I must engage you today, Jane said to herself as she brought her attention back to Dele, who was busy eating fried rice. Jane only ordered fried chicken for herself, and she was showing the wings pompously as watching Dele with admiration. This man is so handsome. I pray he doesn't say no to me by the time I propose to him. I have to come to love him so much. I don't think I'll be able to enjoy the pain if he refuses to accept the proposal to marry me, Jane said in her heart as she chewed the remaining part of her chicken. Dele had also finished eating and he was cleaning his mouth with a piece of white tissue. Thanks very much for bringing me to this place. It's been very long since I last visited the restaurant. In fact, it's been ages since I went on a proper date like this. I must confess, I have enjoyed myself immensely, and I would like to do this again. Dele said to Jane, who was by then preparing to bring out the diamond engagement ring for her handbag. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Nothing gives me joy than for you to be happy, Jane said. She was checking through her handbag, trying to locate where she kept the engagement ring. The engagement ring was nowhere to be found. Jane wondered what happened to it, because she was sure she put it in her handbag before they left the house. Excuse me, please. I want to ease myself, Jane said to Dele, who was at that time sipping from a cup of juice. Jane stood up from the table and left the place. She went into the restaurant restroom. She was not pressed. She just wanted to check her handbag more properly. When she got to the restroom, she emptied her bag on a small table beside the toilet mirror. She searched everywhere in the handbag, but she didn't see the diamond ring. Jane was alarmed. Here is the ring. I'm sure I put it here in my bag. What's going on? This shouldn't be happening today, please. I have everything planned out. Why is this happening to me? Where is the ring? Jane kept asking herself as she packed her things back into the handbag. She went back to the restaurant to meet Dele, but she was restless. I want to pick my handkerchief from the car, Jane said, standing up again. She went to the restaurant car parked and located the Lexus car they came with. She opened the driver's door and went in. Did I leave the ring in the car? Did it fall off in the car? Jane kept talking to herself as she checked everywhere in the car, including the boots, but she did not see the diamond ring. What am I going to do now? And it is already too late for me to drive to the Ikeja shopping mall to buy another ring. Which kind of village people followed me to this Lagos? Jane lamented tearfully. Was the ring stolen? But I'm sure I brought it home. I'm sure I put it in my handbag. I'm so confused right now, Jane said. She decided to calm herself down. She did not want Dele to suspect anything, so she decided to go back to the restaurant and meet him. I guess we'll just have a good time and go home. Maybe I will plan another engagement, Jane said as she walked back into the restaurant. When she entered the restaurant, she saw that Dele was not on the table. Where did he go? Jane asked herself. Nevertheless, she sat down and waited patiently for Dele. A few minutes later, someone tapped her shoulder. When she turned, she saw Dele kneeling down before her with the same engagement ring she was looking for. Jane was shocked and happy at the same time.
I believe you were looking for this.
Dele asked while looking romantically into Jane's eyes. Jane shouted so loud out of excitement. A lot of people in the restaurant turned to watch what was happening.
I believe this is what you have been looking for. I knew what you wanted to do. I knew why you brought me here. I knew when you went to buy the engagement ring. I overheard you talking about it when you were talking to yourself at home. So I stole the ring. It's my duty to engage you, not the other way around. Now, will you marry me?
Dele said gently, with a romantic smile. Jane was jumping up and shouting excitedly. Many people had gathered to see if she would say yes to Dele's proposal.
Will you marry me?
Dele asked again.
Yes, I will marry you.
Jane replied with a smile. She gave him her left hand, and Dele gently put the ring in her finger. They hugged each other happily. When they got home that night, Jane gave Dele her bottle of honey like never before. Meanwhile, they started planning their wedding immediately. They printed invitation cards and shared to friends and well-wishers. Simbi was one of the people who got an invitation card from Jane. What? You and Dele are getting married? Simbi asked Jane. She had come to Jane's office to ask her to sell her remaining properties, including the Lexus car. She was running out of cash again. Yes, we are getting married. Are you not happy for me? Jane asked Simbi. Happy for you? You are getting married to my husband. He wants me to be happy for you. You must be out of your mind, Simbi said angrily. You people are divorced. He's your former husband, not your husband. Do you remember how you dumped him? Why are you angry that I'm getting married to him? I thought you didn't want him. Jane asked Simbi. Let me warn you. If you go ahead with this marriage, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to deal with you. I hired you as my lawyer and now you have snatched my husband. Call off the marriage or I and you will have serious problem. Simbi said and stormed out of the office in anger. Simbi checked the wedding date on the invitation card given to her by Barrister Jane and started her plan on how to stop the marriage from happening. She felt so hot that she was ready to do anything to make sure that Dele does not marry Jane as planned. She did not understand why the lawyer who handled her divorce case would in turn fall in love with her former husband. She was yet to come to terms with the fact that Dele had accepted to marry Jane. I think they plan against me. They gang up against me. Why is it that they fell in love immediately after the divorce? These people are planning to put me to shame. That Jane of a woman, I will deal with her. I will show her the difference between Egbe and Egbe. If she has been snatching other people's husband, I will make her know that she cannot snatch my own. Simbi said. She was in her hotel room, eating fried chicken and drinking wine. She has sold her last property and don't even own a car. When she finishes spending the last money in her account, she will have no money again and no property to sell. How can you snatch my husband when I hired you to be my lawyer in a divorce case? So it was your plan to snatch my man. Was that why she accepted to be my lawyer? People are very wicked in this world. I think I should pay Jane another visit. Simbi said as she drank the last wine in the glass cup, chewed her chicken meat, and then left the hotel room. She had an order Uber ride because she had sold her car. The Uber arrived and drove her to Jane's office. Do you know you are a wicked witch? So your plan was to snatch my husband all along. You are very wicked. I hired you to be my lawyer and now you have stolen my man. Was that your plan all along? Let me ask you, how many women have you snatched their husbands? I'm sure mine is not the first husband you are snatching. You must have done it to other women who come to you to handle their divorce. Simbi said with anger. She refused to sit down and she was standing and facing Jane. I did not snatch your husband, and I have never snatched anyone's husband. By the way, you divorced your husband, and legally, you no longer have a claim over him. He is free to marry another woman if he so wishes. Jane replied, but her reply fell on deaf ears and even made Simbi angrier. Spare me that rubbish. Haven't you heard of divorcees who later forgive each other and come to remarry? Haven't you heard of a man who later come back to his wife after divorce? You were just intent on snatching my man from me, and now you have succeeded in bewitching him and getting him to agree to marry you. You old witch. You have entered menopause and you cannot give him children. Simbi fired back. I did not bewitch Dele. Look at you. You that are young. How many children did you give him? All you know is to stay idle and eat. Between I and you, there is no basis for comparison. I'm far ahead of you in every aspect of life. And let me tell you, I know you told lies so as to get the divorce. You said he was beating you. You said he used to beat you every day. Meanwhile, the things you said were lies. Even the pictures and video you presented as evidence of the beating were all fake. You got the pictures through makeup and studio photo sessions, just so that you can achieve your aim of giving a dog a bad name, so you can hang it. You treated Dele like trash and dumped him in the dustbin. Now that I have cleaned him up and picked him, you are suddenly realizing that he is your husband. Let me tell you, you have divorced him and it is over between you two. Now, he's my man and my husband to be. I want you to stay away from us, Jane said. She had stood up from her office chair to make her points clear. So, you knew I was telling lies against my husband, and yet you went ahead to handle the divorce case. Why didn't you advise me? I have come here to tell you once again to quietly call off the wedding so that there will be peace. I'm trying so much to use a peaceful means to settle this case so that the two of us will avoid impending problem. But whichever way you want it, I'm ready. Let me inform you that if you refuse to call off the wedding, I will have to implement my plans against you too. And trust me, you will feel the heat, Simbi said as she started leaving the office. Look at me, Simbi. Do I look like Dele who used to beat like a child? Oh, you think I don't know you used to beat your husband and make him cry like a baby? I'm not Dele. If you try me, I will put you where you belong. If you as much as come here to threaten me again, I will show you that I am a woman like you. I will face you woman to woman and show you Pepe. Jane said, sending out a strong warning. Simbi stormed out of the office. That evening, Simbi picked up her phone and called Dele.
Hello, Dele. Please, can I see you?
Simbi asked.
Why do you want to see me?
Dele replied.
There is something I want us to talk about. Please don't say no. Can we see you at the restaurant this evening? I promise I won't take your time. It will be just for a few minutes. Please, it's a matter of life and death, and I need your help to survive.
Simbi pleaded with Dele. She sounded very pitiful, and her voice was emotional.
Alright, I will come and see you.
Dele replied over the phone. In the evening, Dele dressed up and left the house without telling Jane where he was going. He went to the restaurant where Simbi was already waiting for him.